Guys, this is WWEKhanToolz and I'm here to present my weekly review for Raw and Smackdown. So I'm going to start with Raw, 24th of September 2012. So it starts off with Paul Heyman and CM Punk. CM Punk is sitting down. He's sitting down on a chair while Paul Heyman is, up. Standing. Paul Heyman says that the referee made a bad choice by not even watching, and pretty much, yeah, it was because of last week. CM Punk was foot on the rope when he counted to 3, exactly on 3, actually before 3, but so then they invited him, and pretty much the referee apologizes, so then CM Punk starts insulting him, but in some kind of good way, and says that he should be fired by AJ. AJ sends the referee at the back, and she also claims that she will not reverse the decision for last week. So then CM Punk puts up a video of AJ proposing to CM Punk 2 months ago and pretty much embarrassing her. CM Punk embarrasses her again by insulting her and all that stuff, and pretty much Paul Heyman proposes to AJ in like a funny way, and it was really funny. But then the thing I don't get is AJ slapping Paul Heyman. So if you're wondering why don't you get it? Well, pretty much, about a month ago, Vicky Guerrero slapped AJ, but before that, AJ announced that she can't put her hands on anybody, not slapping, not attacking, no one, and now she's putting her hands on Paul Heyman, and pretty much that's a bad thing because board of directors said that if it happens again, like a month ago, when she announced that she can't put her hands on anybody, the board of directors said that if she does it again, she'll be fired, and she won't be GM anymore. But now, it's so stupid. So then we're at the restaurant with Kane as the waiter, and his name is Gerald. And pretty much Daniel Bryan takes his order and makes fun of him, and it was pretty funny, and I love this kind of storyline. It is really good. Mick Foley returns, calls out CM Punk, and pretty much CM Punk comes back as the voice of the voices by doing a brilliant speech, and it was actually really good. Mick Foley says that he texted at Survivor Series 2011 after CM Punk became the champion, the new champion. CM Punk replied after 2 minutes later by saying thank you back. And then Mick Foley says that he's uncomfortable with CM Punk's actions lately and aligning with Paul Heyman. And he says that Paul Heyman is something, when he was a Paul Heyman guy, he wasn't anybody until he stopped listening to Paul Heyman. Now I think he's pretty much right, but Paul Heyman's doing a really good job with his with the mic skills and all that stuff, and it's really good. And I like this kind of storyline, but I don't know what Mick Foley is talking about, but it's pretty true for the basic facts because he's pretty much over heel, and things are going pretty bad, but it's okay actually because Paul Heyman's now better, and he's now better with CM Punk than he was with Brock Lesnar, so he's better with CM Punk. And then pretty much Mick Foley wonders that why does CM Punk need a mouthpiece, because he is one of the best talkers in this business. And then Mick Foley brings up Hell in a Cell, and pretty much Mick Foley says that if he faces John Cena at Hell in a Cell and wins, that is when he will that is when his moment will arrive, and he will be best in the world. CM Punk brings up the fact that since last year he's been champion for 309 days, and 309 days straight, and then he says that he's defeated John Cena at SummerSlam this year, last year's SummerSlam, Money in the Bank 2011, and now even Night of Champions when he walked out as the champion. That's pretty much of a a true fact. So then Mick Foley says something even more of a true fact by saying it doesn't matter how many days you have been champion, all that matters is the moment, because I think it was 29 days, something like that. If you guys can leave a comment and will reply with the actual answer of how many days Mick Foley has been champion. But the moments he has had was absolutely incredible. It was absolutely awesome, and I think he's right, because but still CM Punk needs that kind of credit, because 309 days, 310 and all that stuff is actually a big achievement, and he is actually the top 10 longest reigning champions in all of time, and pretty much he can be, if he survives Hell in a Cell with someone, when he faces someone in Hell in a Cell, then you know it will be very good. It will actually be very good. So Punk will decide tonight if he wants to face John Cena at Hell in a Cell. Ryback defeats The Miz, but actually there was this incident. You see, this fan, I think he was drunk or something like that, but he actually came in the ring, but then the guards actually took him off, and he was pretty much in a lot of trouble. Kane and Daniel Bryan are, you know, talking about Smackdown when they destroyed 8 guys. It was actually really good, because Kane was beating on the table while Daniel Bryan was screaming yes, and it was actually very good, very funny as well. So let's just, you know, scrap that. And then Michael Cole asking, and he's interviewing Jerry Lawler via satellite live, and pretty much Michael Cole asks, what did Jerry Lawler actually remember that time? Jerry Lawler replies with he actually didn't actually remember anything. All he remembered was the tag team match with Orton, and when he woke up in the hospital. And basically he says that his voice right now is actually pretty weak, and you know, because he had some kind of sore throat, and it was actually pretty bad. But anyway, he sounded great, and I hope he comes back, because he's saying that the doctors have to, once they have given him some kind of, you know, permission to come back and return, then he will be back. But hopefully he will be back very soon. Kane and Daniel Bryan in the restaurant again. Kane's eating what Daniel Bryan likes, and pretty much Daniel Bryan is a vegan, and then Kane eats salad. Bryan eats meatballs. Bryan was like, it's not actually that bad, and Kane was like eating so much salad. Daniel Bryan vomits on Dr. Shelby, and then Kane asks for the check. It was actually very funny the way he was smiling. So the Twitter, I wish I was awake, because on UK Raw started like 2 o'clock in the night, and it was actually impossible for me to be awoken, because I'll get straight to the point. Basically, you know, the hashtag Twitter, what do you want the name for Daniel Bryan and Kane's team? Hashtag team friendship, team hell no, or team something like that. Basically, on Twitter, basically it was named team hell no. So I get the point. You see, hell is what for Kane, and no is for Daniel Bryan, because the Daniel Bryan says no, and Kane says hell. I mean, not says hell, but he's like the devil's favorite monster, like demon, you know. Cody Rhodes and Damien Sandow attack Kane and Daniel Bryan, and then they have been into a new kind of team called Team Rhodes Scholars. And then Tensai versus Brodus Clay ended with a DQ. Big Show returns, punches Clay, no, not Clay, Tensai first, which means Tensai defeated Brodus Clay, and then he punches Brodus Clay. I thought for that moment, I thought that Big Show would turn face, because he punched Tensai first, and then he punched Brodus Clay. John Cena is here, and he's live, and he says thank you to everybody, and he says that he'll be ready for Hell in a Cell. Now the thing I don't get is that why is he saying this? Because he has no match confirmed, and he's not actually facing CM Punk, or maybe he's not actually even confirmed for a new kind of feud with anybody else. So I don't know why he's saying that, and it's possibly some kind of spoiler that he has exposed. CM Punk starts with a promo saying no, he will not face John Cena, and he says run. He says run in 5 seconds, because he will turn back. He will turn back from Cena, and in 5 seconds Cena will be gone. Cena was just standing there with a pipe, and pretty much after 5 seconds, bang! Ow. Ow. He hit CM Punk with the pipe, and it was actually really funny, because it's a pipe. bomb. So that was it. Backstage, CM Punk attacks Mick Foley backstage, and then he wanted to hit him again, but then Ryback staring at CM Punk, and it was absolutely awesome. I thought it was someone like Brock Lesnar, but this is actually a very good sign for a match. A very good match, or maybe or possibly for Ryback and CM Punk at Hell in a Cell. So it could be good. This is actually going to be really good. Smackdown. So Smackdown, 28th of September, Big Show was talking, saying that no one remembers WrestleMania for the World Heavyweight Championship when Sheamus beat Daniel Bryan in under 18 seconds. Randy Orton comes out, announces the #1 Contenders match. Orton versus the Big Show. Winner faces Sheamus at Hell in a Cell in a Hell in a Cell. Miz TV, The Miz and Sheamus start arguing. Dolph Ziggler comes out, teasing and cashing in on Sheamus at Hell in a Cell. So then afterwards they all start brawling each other, and then Sheamus standing tall. And then it was Rhodes Scholars defeating the Usos, and for the tag team tournament at Hell in a Cell, for the tag team titles. And then Ryback defeats Lord Tensai. I was hoping for someone like Big Show to knock them out. So then it was Then it was Big Show versus Randy Orton, and then Alberto Del Rio comes out attacking Randy Orton backstage, and pretty much he wants to attack him to get the spot, but Orton attacks him, gets him away. So then it starts off with the match. Randy Orton a bit rusty, a bit hurt. Big Show, and then Big Show, Randy Orton does the RKO on Big Show. He kicks out, and then Big Show reverses the punt kick to a choke slam, and then he kicks out Randy Orton, and then Randy Orton got a choke slam from the Big Show. Big Show 1, 2, 3. He wins a good match, and Big Show is facing Sheamus at Hell in a Cell in a Hell in a Cell match for the World Heavyweight Championship. So that was Raw. That was Smackdown. I hope you enjoyed it, and that's what I'm gonna have for today. Subscribe to my channel, leave a comment below, like my videos, follow me on Twitter. It's right here. So then, I hope you enjoyed it. Peace.